After threats from Joe Biden's CIA director, anyone in Brazil who questions the outcome of their recent election is being punished, censored, or thrown in jail. You hate to think that could happen here. It's already happening. Two leaders of the group True the Vote, including the president, Catherine Engelbrecht, whom we know personally is a very nice and sane person, both were jailed this week by a judge in Texas. What'd they do wrong? Well, they alleged voter fraud in the last election based on what they say are confidential sources. In response, a software company sued True the Vote. But because the leaders of True the Vote will not reveal their confidential sources, which they're entitled to keep secret because they're confidential sources and what they're doing is journalism, because they're sticking with that, they're in jail tonight for contempt of court. Brian Glicklich is the CEO of the consulting firm Digital Strategy, who's been watching this very closely. He joins us to assess. Brian, thanks so much for coming on. So Catherine Engelbrecht, we've had on this show, is not a wacko at all. She's a very, I would say, sober, sincere, smart person. How could she be in jail for exercising her First Amendment right?
Catherine and her research partner, Greg, are in jail tonight for refusing to disclose to Konik, a voting technology company, the names of the researchers who provided information to the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office that resulted in a criminal indictment of Konik's CEO, Eugene Yu. The most progressive DA in the country, George Gascon, actually indicted Yu for exfiltrating the records of millions of American poll workers, including their social security numbers, their home addresses, out of the country to servers in China. These researchers developed that information. Catherine attempted to give it to law enforcement at the FBI and elsewhere, and was sued by Konik for doing that. When Konik sued them, they got a restraining order ordering Catherine to turn over the names of these researchers. Catherine and Greg, who are very courageous people, simply refused to do it, and as a result, while Yu is at home on bail, Catherine and Greg are in jail tonight.
Well, I mean, you described that so clearly. Bless you for that. Where are all the civil libertarian liberals who used to defend human rights? Has anyone said anything about this? This is so shocking that it could happen.
The civil libertarians and the mainstream press is basically a flock of sheep that are each bleating the exact same tune, and all they want to do is deny any conversation about the possibility of fraud in elections. That any conversation about that is met with nothing more than threats to liberty.
Yeah, I mean, they spent 3 years telling us that the 2016 election was rigged, and they short-circuited the entire U.S. government because of Russia. That was a lie, and no one was ever punished. Now, if you pipe up and say, I'm worried about the 2020 election, you go to jail. It's beyond. Brian, I appreciate your coming on tonight, and I hope you'll come back and tell us what happens in this shocking violation of human rights. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Tucker.